evening, sports fans, and welcome to the defining moment, brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is me, your brother, WNBA, bringing to you on another beautiful Tuesday afternoon. That's right, y'all. It is Tuesday, October 15th, 2019. And the sports junction is in full swing. I mean, literally, everything is crisscrossing in the sports world right now, and it is absolutely awesome. One of my favorite times of year, next to Christmas. Next up, y'all, and Thanksgiving. Gotta love Thanksgiving, y'all. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to our brother, Mr. Nico Green, and our sisters and brothers, of course, north of the border in Canada. That's right, so happy Canadian Thanksgiving, or happy Thanksgiving to you. So, let's continue this sucker on and talk about a little bit of sports, shall we? All right, well, first things first. In the NCAA, my gosh, Saturday Night Football did not disappoint. Iowa fought Penn State with all their might. Regardless, number 10 Penn State will prevail, and they'll even jump up to number 7 this week in the rankings. 17-12 on the road, and what a game that was. In the Cotton Bowl, wow, that was a great game. Oklahoma will edge out Texas. It was a little bit more than the scoreboard showed. Oklahoma was a little more dominant, but man, that was a great game. Notre Dame and SC, my gosh, it pains me to say we lost, but it was such a great game. SC came back. Regardless, the Fighting Irish will prevail at home. And coming up this week, we got a couple good ones for you. Number 16 Michigan taking on number 7 Penn State in Saturday Night Football. Primetime showdown right there. Looking forward to that. And a nice battle in the Pac-12, as forementioned by my co-host Taryn. Number 12 Oregon and number 24 Washington. It's going down this weekend, y'all. In the NFL, the Patriots do what the Patriots do. The Steelers have a home game in Los Angeles. The Jets, they upset those Cowboys. That was interesting. And the Packers won a dramatic game, but are the refs to blame for that Lions loss? Also, congratulations to the Washington Mystics' first ever title in their history, in franchise history. What a job. They knock off the Connecticut Sun in 5 games. Congratulations to those ladies and Miss Deladone. There we go, moving on to the MLB playoffs. Well, last week, the Houston Astros will take Game 5, and they will go to the ALCS for the 3rd straight time in franchise history. So really cool really cool there. The Nationals are leading 3-0, and they have a chance to sweep tonight and close it out and head to the World Series for the first time ever in franchise history. Awesome. I mean, they haven't been there since 81, since they were the Montreal Expos, guys. So they've never gone that far to the World Series. We'll find out. Also, Yankees and Astros tied 1-1. In Formula 1, well, Valtteri Bottas, Mercedes has now clinched the championship in the Constructors. Bottas will win it all in Japan. Brian Blaney will clinch his spot for the next round at Talladega. And, well, the Carolina Nats were awesome. Steve Torrance rolls along. We're talking tons of soccer press today, all across soccer. NWSL playoffs starting this weekend, as well as the MLS. We got NCAA hockey, NCAA volleyball, NCAA football, everything coming your way. Semifinals in rugby, NBA next week. Oh yeah, and Bivol wants to fight Canelo or Kovalev. That's interesting. You are now tuned in live to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. What's going on, y'all? So, anyway, as you can see, the introduction can get a little bit lengthy there, but, man, it has been a great week. I'll tell you right now. Even crazier, Bivol, after he not knocked him out, but takes out Castillo in a unanimous decision, and retains his WBA light heavyweight championship. Now he wants to fight Canelo or Kovalev. Kovalev, I don't really care for the fact that he's going to move up 15 freaking pounds to fight a monster in Kovalev. And Bivol, I mean, pretty big dude. So, I mean, but I can see that if he wants one of those guys, if he wants one of them next, we'll see. But I just don't really care for the whole moving up that much weight. Mikey Garcia, I love that guy, a very good fighter, but he really didn't have any business jumping up, at least so soon, without going up to the 140s before jumping up to welterweight and fighting Errol Spence Jr. earlier this year. I'm just saying. So, not trying to say Canelo won't do good or won't win it, but it's just, that's a significant jump, guys, and 15 pounds is a lot. So, anyway, but I'm just saying, we'll find out coming up. They fight next month, so. But with that said, y'all, like I said, Rugby World Cup Finals, Japan. How about Japan? Big shout out to our boy, Mr. Yukio Udima, I believe. Ueda. I don't want to butcher his name. I'm sorry, brother. But Mr. Yukio in Japan, we definitely appreciate you, man. Thank you for always tuning in. He was the first ever, by the way, y'all. The Hall of Fame gets underway this weekend for iSports Radio, the second Hall of Fame. So big shout out to Mr. Yukio, man. He was the first ever inductee in the iSports Radio Hall of Fame, and that guy's awesome. I mean, he's one of our biggest listeners, and he's all the way in Japan. So if you're listening, thank you, Mr. Yukio. You're awesome, brother. So we really appreciate you. And yeah, man, he's all hyped up. The Rugby World Cup is in Japan this year. I know we haven't covered a whole bunch of it, but super cool. The semifinals are up. Japan, I don't know if it's the first time they ever made it. Maybe he can tell us. But we'll get a little bit about that later. But man, Japan's rocking and rolling. They're looking good, guys. That'd be crazy to see. That'd be awesome to see them winning at home. So, with that said, also we got some NBA action coming at you next week. Volleyball is just heating up. We got a little bit over a month. Well, actually, yeah, a little bit over a month now until the tournament gets underway. So that's going to be awesome as always. Then we have here the let's see here, NCAA soccer, of course. That's heating up. We got a couple more weeks left, and then it's off to the tournament. We have here, of course, both the soccer press, of course, standings throughout the entire world, or through the big leagues as much as we can around there. Got a little bit of NCAA football to get to, just a little bit, because of course we got College Edition coming up at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we won't get too much into that, and then of course we'll get too much in the NFL because tomorrow's 3 and out, y'all. Got some more primetime face-offs coming your way. All kinds of good stuff there. Really excited to record. This is the week, guys. I've been saying it forever, but this is the week. Goal Line Stand. I'm super excited for that show coming up. We had some craziness happen this past week at all levels, so really excited to talk about all that good stuff and plenty in my 20 to 30 minute videos coming up for Goal Line Stand on YouTube. So really excited for that. But anyway, y'all, so that's all the rundown that happened this week, and we're gonna have some fun. So with that said, welcome, y'all. That's right. Get a little dramatic there, sorry. But that's all we say. All glory to God. Without him, nothing is possible. So, I mean, that deserves his own applause, though. Once again, all glory to God. That's right. Big shout out to the man above. Without him, nothing is possible. And, of course, big shout out to all of you out there, the listeners. We love y'all. We thank you so much for tuning in each and every week and showing us love. Thank you for everything, y'all. You really are. That's why we have a Hall of Fame, because you guys are awesome. So we appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for just being awesome. Also, I got the latest shipment here of the IE Sports Radio shirts. So, hey, you want them? Show me some love, man. Show us some love. Hit us up. And ask me what's up. The shirts will be, actually, they are 20 for right, well, not for right now, but we'll be selling them for $20. And it is, of course, the $6.70 shipping fee. So altogether, $26.70 for a shirt. So let me know if you would like a shirt. I'll send it on over to you. I appreciate you very much, and thank you for repping us. I'll be putting up all the people who have our shirts on our social media from last year, of course, and on our website. And certainly appreciate you guys so much for doing this, and for and for just repping us, man. We have shirts all over the place, so appreciate you all taking pictures in your shirts. And I could definitely ask. Well, and I will definitely ask. Please send us pictures, of course, of you in your shirt. We definitely appreciate y'all. Hoodies are coming soon. We actually had a long sleeve already made, so we have long sleeves. Hoodies are coming in the next shipment. I'm going to be switching up the colors too to white on black, with the black logo with the white shirt, or hoodie or long sleeve, whichever you prefer. And also we got Razorback tank tops and regular tank tops, but of course summer. I know summer's out, but hey, I mean, if you want to wear it around the house, or if you're just not cold, or you live in Southern California, But anyway, so with that said, y'all, plenty to get into today, and we have a short show, so we got to really get through it, and I'll just keep on yapping. So anyway, with that said, y'all, I want to introduce my co-host. As always, man, this dude is the real deal. Glad to have him here. He's a writer for The Pilot and the host of our brand new volleyball show here on IE Sports Radio. Set Point. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. What's going on, Taryn?
Hello, people. It is great to be here on this beautiful Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, wherever you are. And once again, I'm ready to get into some sports action.
You and me both, Taryn. So we've got some craziness this weekend. Some craziness, man. We're going to go ahead and start things off with NCAA football. But real quick, man, what's something that you saw this weekend that was like, okay, like that was awesome in sports?
Well, for starters, the The Team USA's U17 women's national team has been tearing through the Pan American Championship games. I believe they are undefeated right now. Currently, they are up 2-0 against Argentina. It's the final day of pool play, and hopefully they'll be able to bring back the gold.
That would be awesome. See, we're going to cover that today, but I would love to get more into it. See, telling y'all, we're all over the place. We're everywhere. So we just all cover our stuff, and that's awesome. So, yeah, Taryn, that's pretty sweet, man. Thanks for sharing, and definitely, man, tweet about it. Show us some, hit us up and, tag us in it and everything. Definitely retweet you on the wall. I mean, that's really awesome, man. And good old Pan American. And that's volleyball?
No, that's for softball.
For softball.
Did I say volleyball? I just meant to say softball.
No, I was just taking a wild guess, because I know softball, but I didn't know they were still going. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, maybe we'll hear about that on Bases Loaded.
Yeah, well, we shall see. So, with that said, all right, Aaron, listen, we got to get to this real quick. So, here we go. Weeks 7 through 8, like I said, we can't spend a whole bunch of time on this anyway, because we got a whole show dedicated to this coming up in just about an hour and a half. So, with that said, man, we have some college football this last past weekend. Number 10, Penn State defeats number 17, Iowa, 17-12. We kind of knew it would be a close game, and we also kind of knew the Nittany Lions would win this thing, right?
Of course, yes.
It wasn't much of it was a great football game, and we know the Hawkeyes were going to be tough. But also, number 6, Oklahoma, it was a little more, I think, than what the score showed. They were a lot, I think, better of a team. Sam Ehlinger is a great player, but it came down to it. Jalen Hurts just took over. It was a great game. 34-27. Number 6, Oklahoma defeats number 11, Texas. Any thoughts on this game, Taryn?
Well, it surely lived up to its hype. It was a very exciting game. Big win for Oklahoma. All I gotta say is, Boomer Sooner!
That's right. Boomer Sooner, y'all. They got it done, and it wasn't hook 'em horns this time, but, man, it was a great game. Great job there. And then, of course, our beloved USC Trojans, man, they were fighting. It was a tough one. I was actually out that week. Actually, that night we went out to go watch it, and it was a great game. But, man, I missed a lot of it, but I saw the ending, and it was a great, great game. And at the end of the day, man, honestly, I literally can't even be mad about this game. Like, I'm not mad at USC for this game. That was a great football game, and they gave Notre Dame all they can handle, and Notre Dame just came up at the end, and it came down to an onside kick, and they recovered it, and that was it. But you got to tip your hat to USC for fighting as well as they did, but you also got to tip your hat to Notre Dame just staying so dominant this year, no matter who they play.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And honestly, this was about as close as I thought it would be. It's pretty impressive considering USC has pretty bad luck when it comes to playing in South Bend. But overall, that's pretty impressive. I'm still happy for USC. If they don't have that disastrous second quarter, they pretty much can win. They pretty much have that game. But, they're progressing.
They are.
I'll get more into that in 3 and Out.
Yeah, we'll definitely get more into that. But man, that was a great football game, and you can't slide either team. And then, of course, coming up this week, number 16, which again we'll get more into this in College Edition. But number 16, Michigan taking on number 7, Penn State. Saturday Night Football. What is it, man? I'm telling you, it's like every week. I'm telling you, we have to always say, "Oh, well, it's an upset alert." Guess what? It's Michigan. I mean, Illinois. They did beat them pretty handedly. This last past week was it like 40-25. But here we are, like somewhere in the third quarter or somewhere in the fourth quarter. I think it was the third quarter, and they're like 3 points or 2 points or 1 point or tied or something like that ahead of Illinois, a team that should be nowhere near them. I mean, seriously, this team is, I don't know, they're I don't know. But Penn State just proved that they're a tough, hard-hitting team. We got a Big Ten matchup this weekend. I don't know, Taryn. I mean, what are you thinking? Do you think Penn State's is going to roll on these guys, or do you think Michigan's going to play to their level, which kind of seems like what they've been doing all year and for the last couple of years? I mean, really, what are your thoughts, quick and dirty, on this one?
I think it's pretty much going to be Penn State all the way. Michigan has been struggling. Even when they're winning, they're pretty much struggling to win games. I think Penn State's going to win that one quite handily. I'll get more into that, but I got Penn State winning. Yeah,
you and me both. I really just don't. I don't know. I'd love to say it'd be a really good close game, and it might be. But honestly, just from seeing what we've seen, I just don't see it. I just don't. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get to the top 25 real quick and just roll on through it, courtesy of the ESPN Scores Wrap. I'm getting my sources from here. So we have the new top 25 that is out right now. Number 25, Washington. We have Appalachian State. Hey, how about Appalachian State? Hey, Michigan remembers who those guys are. Just kidding. I'm sorry, Michigan. I mean, Michigan State. Sorry, Michigan. Anyway, Appalachian State at 5-0. Iowa, they will drop 6 spots. Mizzou and Cincinnati jumping up 4 spots. Cincinnati is doing it. We will of course get to them in College Edition. Then we have from 2016 Minnesota. SMU is climbing the ranks. Baylor really climbing the ranks up 4 spots, and then ASU up 1 spot at 17, and Michigan at 16. Then we have from 15 to 11. Texas falling 4 spots after that loss to Oklahoma. Boise State, Utah moving up 2 spots. Oregon moving up 1 spot. And Auburn moving up 1 spot. Georgia, this one's going to hurt. This is the one that we got to get into on College Edition a lot because they would fall. Oh, my gosh. I did not. Darren, did you see that coming? Because I sure didn't see that coming.
Nope. Didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either because the Gamecocks were ready, man. They were ready for everything they had, and what a game. They beat them in overtime. Big shout out to South Carolina, man. They need to be ranked. I know. Just gotta jump on the rank train real quick with ranking teams, even if they only have a few wins, which I don't even know how many wins they have, but we'll get to that in College Edition. But, man, great job. Utah will tumble 7 spots. Florida will tumble 2 spots after that tough loss to LSU. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They did not. Actually, yeah, they did fall to LSU. Sorry about that. Then we have Notre Dame jumping up 1 spot and Penn State jumping up 3 spots. And then Wisconsin jumping up 2 spots, which rightfully so. Wisconsin needs to be in the freaking playoff this year, y'all, because I'm sick and tired of them not making it because, they're scheduled. They're in the Big Ten, y'all. It's a Power 5 conference. Hey, for real, man. Like, seriously, I'm getting really sick and tired of this gosh damn bias. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, so, top 5. Oklahoma, 6-0. Moving up 1 spot. Or Ohio State, they will drop 1, even though they'll be undefeated. They'll drop 1. Clemson will drop 1, as they are now to number 3, which there's no reason why they should drop 1. I mean, they almost lost to UNC. That's not a big deal or anything. Anyway, LSU will jump up 3 spots to number 2. I love it. And wouldn't you know it, y'all, at the tippy top, Alabama, Roll Tide, roll. We have the Iron Bowl at the tippy top. Oh, the Iron Bowl this year is going to be so good. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, Alabama number 1. And that is that. So, anyway, y'all, with that said, that will be that for a little bit of college football. Let's go ahead and move on to the NFL real fast. And as it goes, y'all, we'll get into this. We will get into the. I'll get into this. Well, we'll get into this on 3 and Out tomorrow evening. But I'll just go ahead and roll through all of the scores real quick, and then just get Terrence's quick hits. Basically, Patriots knock off the Giants last Thursday night. Surprise, surprise, right? But the Giants actually fought a little more than I thought they would. Anyway, 35-14. Patriots get it done. Good job. Eli Manning benched out Chase Daniels. And I thought he was going to be a Patriot. I really did. The guy's getting his second master's degree, or he already got it, or something like that from Duke. I don't know if he got it already, but I know I heard in the Senior Bowl he was getting a second master's degree. Anyway, this guy is the real deal. He's a smart dude. Not trying to say just because of school, but he's a great player. Yeah, it was tough. He threw a couple picks in this game, but he's a freaking rookie, and he's getting, what was his first start? Second start? Something like that. So, you know what? I'm really excited. So, anyway, we have next up Panthers and Bucks. I mean, this was a good one, really. I mean, once again, I gotta keep these short and sweet. But Panthers fight hard. The Panthers continue to keep pounding. The Buccaneers actually just continue to show they're a very good football team, and they're really, really pushing it. They want to win this year. Great stuff. Anyway, Seahawks and Browns. Seahawks win a nice one. Browns, they all, so close. Sorry. Anyway, Texans. Well. Suddenly, Arrowhead Stadium is not so scary anymore. Texans get this thing done on the road. Chiefs lose their second game straight at home. Redskins and Dolphins. Well, as Taryn will say, the Tank Bowl, but the Redskins and Dolphins, yeah. That was fun. Anyway, Redskins win it by a point, 17-6. Redskins are winless no more. Dolphins, they stay winless. Vikings over the Eagles. I thought the Vikings actually looked pretty good this week. I have nothing bad to say about them. Eagles, you need to get it together. Jets, I guess they were off. I don't know, but not Jets, sorry. But Saints and Jaguars. The Jaguars get the Saints all they can handle. Saints just looking like a good football team, but man, you have to give it to these Jaguars for fighting as hard as they did. This game was like tied or close the entire damn game. Great stuff. Ravens over the Bengals. Surprisingly, the Bengals kept it kind of close. The Ravens, they'd win it 23-17. Once again, Saints would win it 13-6, and Vikings will win it 38-20. Sorry, I haven't said the scores. 49ers, y'all. It was nearly a home game for the Niners, which is really kind of sad because LA, we want teams, and then it's like, where are you all? Because you saw how many Niner fans, I mean, I know it's a California team, but still, there are so many freaking Niner fans there, which is awesome. But Rams, I mean, hey, Rams fans, where y'all at? Anyway, regardless, the Rams also don't look so scary in the Coliseum anymore, and the Niners are 5-0 for their first time since 1990, y'all. I was a year old. So, this is awesome. I was in my first year of life, that is. Thank you, Lord, for my beautiful life. So, I gotta say, I think it's 90. I forgot. I don't know. Maybe it was 90 or I don't know. But I think that's what I heard on the broadcast. Anyway, Cardinals and Falcons. It all came to an extra point, and the Cardinals would win it. I feel really bad for the kicker, man. Falcons, they finally started to come back. Wasn't good enough. Sucks. Sorry, guys. Cardinals, though, they're looking pretty good this year. Not this year at all, but 34-13. Hey, they get another victory on the year. Broncos just knock off the Titans. They benched Mariota. It's a contract year for this guy. I'm not trying to be a jerk here and try and say, like, oh, yeah, well, you know, they're going to fire him. I mean, they're going to cut him or whatever, release him. But, well, he's no longer starting. Well, at least in that game, they benched him, so is he continuing to be the starter? Well, I don't know, but it was a tough loss, 16-0. The Broncos beat the Titans, and once again, the Cardinals would defeat the Falcons 34-33. And then we have the Jets in, like, the upset of the day, the upset of the week. 24-22. The Jets earn a victory on the road, guys. On the road. Sorry. At home. And this was just a great victory. I mean, seriously, the Cowboys are no stranger to this place. I mean, since the Giants, share the stadium, MetLife Stadium. But the Cowboys had no answer. I mean, they did and they didn't. The Jets came out ready to play. They looked like a very tough team, and they got it done. Here we go again with the LA teams and the quote-unquote home games for the other team, because the Steelers, I remember seeing this a couple years back in Qualcomm when it seemed like everybody was a Steelers fan there, and the Chargers just looked, there's hardly any fans there. Now it's like, okay, now they moved. Everyone's like, okay, all these Charger fans and everything. That's great. And then, yeah. First things first, the Steelers absolutely destroy them, like, coming out. I mean, they came back. They made it a respectable game. But just the amount of Steelers fans that were there, I mean, of course, tons of fans all over the place. In Southern California, we've got tons of fans here from different teams, different places of the country, different places of the world. Of course, as that is what it is. But I'll tell you what, the Chargers they look flat. They look so flat. I don't even know what to say about this team anymore. The Steelers, I had this team like pretty much written off, and I still don't see them doing much of anything, but down to your third quarterback, and they're winning games. Chargers are not the team who I thought they were this year, I'll tell you that. And then the Packers win one last night. Came down to a penalty at the end. Bull crap penalty, because I'm a defensive lineman. I don't like that hands-to-face crap. That was really irritating. It gave the Packers a first down. They took a knee and kicked the field goal. As time expired, big ups to Mason Crosby for nailing the field goal. He did a Lambeau leap afterwards. But let's be honest, refs, that was crap. Regardless, Packers win this thing 23-22 at home. Nice victory there. But once again, I'm still salty and mad about that because I really don't like that crap. Especially, it's defense, and I just favor defense. So anyway, with that said, that was for the week. Taryn, any quick hits on all these games here, man?
Well, I don't think I can get to all of them, but I must say I'm very disappointed in my Chargers. Very disappointed. Their offensive line was basically I don't know what to say. It was like wet cardboard. They just let everyone in. Their defense looked flat. They did not play a full 4 quarters. And I'm just going to say this. If the Chargers don't beat the Titans, they are not going to the playoffs. I'm just going to say it. And I am a Chargers fan. I am 100% all Chargers. But if they lose to the Titans, they can forget about the postseason, because it only gets tougher from here on out. As for the Lions-Packers game, there were some some pretty BS calls, and you have to feel for the Lions because they're on the come up, honestly. And honestly, if Prater gets another chance to get another field goal, then possibly the Lions win that game, and possibly you beat me in fantasy. But that's for another day. Either way, there are some good games. How about Sam Darnold coming back and just torching the Cowboys? How about them Cowboys?
I mean, really. How about them Cowboys? I'm sorry, Cowboy fans, but my gosh. How about them Jets? Darren, seriously, man, how about them Jets? Like, for real.
Oh, yeah. And once again, great to see Sam Darnold back. Sam being out for a little while.
That's right.
With injury and mononucleosis is pretty bad. But I'm glad. But, big shout out to St. Clemente as well. Sam Darnold came from St. Clemente, and he also is a former Trojan. So big ups to Sammy D. Fight on, and one town, one team. That's the St. Clemente motto. St. Clemente football motto.
Good old San Clemente. I've never been over there actually, but that's freaking awesome. South Orange County over there, doing big things. Of course, big time schools. Mission Viejo over there, of course, where Mark Sanchez came from, and yeah, so big time schools over there, and really really neat to see. Actually, over there as well as Jay Serra. As a matter of fact, I just thought about that. They were in a very good game earlier this year with the New Jersey team. I forgot the name, but that was earlier this season, actually. And I'll be getting to plenty of that as well, guys, on Goal Line Stand, getting a lot of high school, the top 25 teams, and all the good stuff there. So, anyway, y'all, let's continue to get this thing moving. So, great stuff there, Taryn. We'll be getting more into that, of course, on 3 and Out tomorrow. Next up, Taryn, how about them ladies of the Washington Mystics? The Washington Mystics, ladies and gentlemen, will defeat the Connecticut Sun 89-78 in Game 5 at home and claim their first ever WNBA championship in franchise history. This is for you, y'all. That is a great job. Congratulations. Taryn, how about that series, man?
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I think it was a great weekend for Washington overall. The Redskins got their first win, even though they're trying to tank. And, the Mystics won their first ever WNBA championship. It's just been a tough time for Washington sports, other than, the Capitals. But that was, back in 2018. So, great to see the nation's capital bringing home a championship. And big shout out to Elena Deladon, who pretty much grinded it out through that series, despite not being at 100%. And, she has the right to sleep with that trophy, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. She is a woman on a mission, and I'm just so happy to see her working so hard and just being the beast that she is. She is she's a great athlete. And speaking of DC, so we'll close the book on that. Like I said, once again, great job to the Washington Mystics. They get it done. They hold their place in history now in the WNBA. Great job for them. And I mean, really, moving on to Washington DC sports. DC United in the MLS Cup final. Well, MLS Cup playoffs, not the final. not yet. That is. And I mean, they're in it. Okay, that's awesome. They're playing Toronto this weekend. Well, they'll be in Toronto, but you got that. And then, of course, how can anybody forget baseball? Taryn, right now, man, you're quite the baseball guy. Taryn, I mean, seriously, man, what in the world? I am so excited for this team. Product of San Diego State University, Steven Strasburg is doing his thing. Howie Kendrick, a former Angel and a former Dodger. Great to see him, from SoCal. I don't know if he's from SoCal, but playing for these two SoCal teams, and he's over there now doing big things. I'm really happy for him. But, man, how about this? And they are winning, winning. Okay, shutout in the first game, 2-0 on the road. Then the second game on the road, 3-1. Pretty good. They're holding them to 1. Okay. Then on to Monday. last night, we have this next game where the Nationals just pour it on, man, 8-1, and then they go head-to-head tonight, and they're at home now. So the Cardinals are in quite the hole. The Cardinals are down to their last game if they can't win it, and they have to force the series back home, and it's just tough because now if they're in hot water. You don't lose the first 2 games at home. You just don't. So that was tough. But anyway, I don't know. So, Taryn, your thoughts on the NLCS, man?
So, I honestly, I think the Nationals are becoming those lovable underdogs that everyone wants to see wants to win, and, for good reason as well. And the Cardinals, now the Cardinals are in a big pickle, and they pretty much got to dig their way out. Not a whole lot of teams have dug their way out of a 3-0 series. There was the Red Sox back in, I believe, 2002, maybe 2003.
Yes.
All I remember is that they came back from 3-0 deficit against the Yankees to win the ALCS and eventually the World Series. But big ups to these Nationals, man. These Nationals are getting it done. They were even questionable on making the postseason, considering they finished behind the Braves. But honestly, they are just getting it done, and it's just amazing. I may just go for the Nationals, even though they knocked out the Dodgers, but I can't go wrong with Howie Kendrick.
Absolutely, and he's playing great baseball. They're all playing great baseball, and if they win it tonight, I would like to see the Cardinals at least win one game or try and make it a series. But moving on, man, and regardless, Cardinals played great this year, so they have nothing to hang their head on except for just a terrible performance for them in the NLCS, but you can't cite the Nationals in a great performance. So, and then, of course, Game 1 of the ALCS on Saturday, Yankees just rout the Astros 7-0, and then on Sunday night, man, this was just a thriller. Astros find a way to win it 3-2 in the 11th inning. They went to extra innings, and it would all come down to a Correa home run. He would knock the sucker to right field, 394 feet here, courtesy of the ESPN Scorers App. I'm getting my sources from, and we have ourselves a 1-1 series. The series has now shifted over to Yankee Stadium, and that is actually in a couple of hours at 1:08 p.m. Pacific Time, 4:08 p.m. Eastern Time, and that should be quite the game. Taryn, your thoughts on these first 2 games?
So it's great to see the Astros picking up a win. If they had gone down 2-0 to the Yankees, it might have been game over for them. But now they have some saving grace. Tonight, Garrett Cole is going to be pitching for the Astros, and Garrett Cole has just been a talent unmatched. Former Orange Lutheran product from SoCal, former UCLA standout, and Garrett Cole has just been a talent unmatched. I can see the Astros winning tonight. At the same time, however, Luis Severino is just, you never know what's going to happen with Luis Severino. He can bring a lot to the table as well for the Yankees when it comes to pitching. But honestly, I really like Houston in tonight's game, because winning that game at home and surviving, in a thrilling extra inning game is just amazing. You can't sit. That's like a huge momentum booster as well going forward. So I like the Astros tonight.
Yeah, I like them too. I think the Astros are going to be able to pull off a nice victory. I'd like to see them win this thing tonight, and I'm really excited to see how well they could actually continue to do. But the Yankees are no joke, man. You know that, I know that, everyone knows that. The Yankees are, without a doubt, if they're not favored in this thing, then, it's not a surprise, because the Astros are a very good team too. But man, they just went. They did away with the MLB this year. Looking at the final standings, look at this team, and they had 103 victories. Pretty good year, but of course the team with the most victories, you have 107 with the Astros. So great stuff there. It's a very good season, and you got 2 of the best going head to head here. That's the reason why, and then there were 4. It's the reason why they're there. So 2 of the best, and really looking forward to seeing what they've got moving. But looking forward to seeing what both these teams have moving forward. I don't know, Taryn. Do you think it's going to be one of those weird cases if the Nationals sweep tonight and move on, and then they're waiting like another week? Because the Astros and the Yankees go 7, and now we're talking about a team that's possibly quote-unquote cold or maybe really well-rested, and a team who is quote-unquote hot coming out of a 7-game series, or maybe too beat up to play against a team who's been rested? Taryn, what do you think about that?
So, yeah, it would be quite interesting, but you also have to factor in the whole rest versus rust thing. You never know if too much rest can be a good thing, but if too much practice can also be can not be a good thing as well. I could definitely see the Yankees, Astros going 7. For the Yankees, they definitely need to win 2 out of 3 when it comes to these next 3 games. Otherwise, they're pretty much going, or they're pretty much doomed. I don't see them winning 3 in a row. If they do, then that'll be complete blasphemy right there. I mean, I definitely see Houston winning tonight. If Garrett Cole is on his A game, which he more than likely is, if the Astros can figure out Severino, they may have it. They may, like I said, they may pretty much win that night. But you never know with Severino. But if you're the Yankees, you gotta take care of business on your home field, whether at least 2 out of 3 games. So as for the Nationals, they just need to get the job done. They just need to close out their opponents, which is something the Dodgers couldn't do. So the Nationals need to imitate that success.
No, they
and
absolutely
shout out to the Sunday night baseball game for being there, considering I just could not watch my Chargers getting thrashed by the Steelers.
Well, at least you have something else to watch, because that was a rough one. I know, definitely a rough one. And the Chargers, man, they took their lumps. They took them good, so I don't know. But anyway, moving forward now, let's take a quick look here. Just a quick jet through before we go ahead and get to our first break here. We're only going to have 2 today anyway. So we got about an hour left here on the show, and we're making really good progress. So moving on forward to some auto sports. Taryn, it's over. It's over. We all knew it was over. We've been talking about it being over for a while now. But the Japanese Grand Prix will belong to Mercedes yet again. And congratulations to Mr. Let me restart the applause. Valtteri Bottas, earning his 5th career victory and his first of the season. And takes the checkered flag in the Japanese Grand Prix. Just what a job. I think now, I don't know how many straight it is for Mercedes, a couple now, but they've won quite a few now in a row, from what I understand. And it's just been domination. We knew it would be domination. So Mercedes, the Silver Arrows, have pretty much done it. And then, Lewis Hamilton, the podium would go as Bottas, would go as follows: Bottas, Vettel, and Hamilton, and just the standings right now are just insurmountable. Absolutely just gone. Hamilton with 338, Bottas with 274. Then you have in third place Charles Leclerc with 221, Max Verstappen with 212, and Vettel with 212. After that, it falls off to Carlos Sainz with 76 and Pierre Gasly with 773. So as you can see, it's been quite the rough season for everybody. I think Lewis Hamilton will win it all in Mexico, as he did last year, and I think even the year before. Maybe not, I don't know, but I know he won it last year for sure in Mexico, at the Mexican Grand Prix, or the Mexico Grand Prix, and it's just gonna be kind of, yeah. So anyway, really excited though for what's to come, because we actually have, and this is interesting, guys, I am really excited for what's coming up. It's not going to be a race. I wish it would be a race, but the Formula 1 drivers are, I'm seeing this right now on the app, it's really cool. They're actually going to do on Hollywood Boulevard coming up. They're all coming on over to the USA. And I'm going to read this real quick. This is courtesy of the Formula 1 app. Download it and check it out right here. But it says Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen are heading to LA ahead of the Formula 1 United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, to demonstrate the true Grand Prix experience. Fans will be able to witness the 3 Grand Prix winners and their teams: Mercedes, AMG, Petronas Motorsport, Aston Martin, Red Bull Racing, and Renault Formula 1 team tear up the Hollywood Boulevard, or tear up, the Hollywood Boulevard, as Formula 1 brings the Formula 1, or as F1 brings the Formula 1 atmosphere to the heart of the City of Angels. The F1 Hollywood Festival will blend the thrills of Formula One with the culture of Hollywood, merging live car runs, surprise appearances, and musical performances. And you know something, Taryn? I think I'm going to go to this. I didn't even notice that. Like, I didn't even know it was a real thing. But it's on the 30th, and you know what? Seriously, that's on a Wednesday. I think I might go to this. I really think I might go to this. I didn't even know it was a real thing, but this is super cool. And honestly, it's something that I really like. It's not going to be a race, and Lord knows I'm probably not going to be getting to no Formula One race anytime soon, because those things are freaking expensive from what I understand. Especially the closest one we have is in COTA, of course, Circuit of the Americas, and that's in Austin, Texas, and that's where they're going to be next. But yeah, I mean, this is awesome. I'm really excited for this, and I don't know, I mean, it's from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wednesday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I really think I'm going to go out there and enjoy this. This is really cool. Yeah, this is something that's really cool. And I don't know, I mean, hopefully it's not crazy expensive, but I'll shell out some money for this, because this is super neat. Then we have, let's see here. So Tuesday, October 29th through Wednesday the 30th, we have the Ride of Fame coming up, and then on Wednesday it's Formula One Live 5 to 6, and then we have, let's see here, in Hollywood. So this is super. That's what I just read. So that's really cool. Quick thoughts on that, Taryn. How cool is that, man?
It's really cool, and I hope you can go to that. I hope you can go to the event on Wednesday. I mean, if you need someone to substitute teach, I can possibly do it, or I can possibly coach for you as well. Hey,
that works. Taryn, Coach Rodriguez and Mr. Rodriguez can fill in for me. He'll be the sub for the sub.
Yep, and hopefully it won't be like the substitute teacher skit.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever seen? Remember when we were doing the class? Have you ever seen? I forgot. I don't know what show it was, but David Spade, when he did like one of them, I don't know. I gotta send it to you. I gotta find that clip, but it was pretty funny. But but I know what you're talking about. Though. You're talking about Key and Peele, right?
Oh yeah, Key and Peele.
Oh, that would be hilarious. But yeah, that's funny stuff, man. But anyway, man, so I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, I didn't even notice that until now. And of course, coming up next, we have here Circuit of Mexico coming up first. Then COTA, the United States Grand Prix. Then Brazil. And that's it. So, well, after that, we got, I just got a message. I'm sorry, guys. After that, we got Baku, and that's it. So that is that, and yeah, that's it. So with that said, we have here. That's that, and we are good. And that's it for Formula One. Like seriously, that's how like how is it that the longest part of that entire segment was talking about the Hollywood Boulevard thing? Constructor Series is over 612 points. Mercedes has won this thing. Ferrari with 433 and Red Bull with 322. Yeah, the only one in the hundreds is McLaren with 111. That's it. Renault has 77 points. Toro Rosso has 59. Racing Point has 54. Alfa Romeo has 35. Haas F1 team has 28. And Williams has 1. Well, at least they don't have 0. Anyway, so with that said, that will be that for some Formula One. Anyway, yesterday we had a little bit of action because it's kind of funny how this whole thing happened. Kind of messed up too. But here we have, Talladega. One of the greatest tracks ever. I love Super Speedway, and it's not funny, how it happened. But Mother Nature just wasn't playing nice. As well as in Carolina. Kind of crazy. One's in Alabama, one's in Carolina. And for the NHRA. And wouldn't you know it, they both have rain delays and both have to go over till Monday. So we go to Monday, and well, this year, very proud to announce this guy is. How awesome is this? Just goes to show you how consistency is great. First race of the season, he got in the playoffs by having points and being consistent. But Ryan Blaney earns his third career victory. in his first of the season. He takes a checkered flag in 2009, 1,000 bulbs, 500 at Talladega, and he gets it done. Congratulations to him. And he's on to the next round. We have one more round to go, and that is the coming up, the Hollywood Casino 400. That's coming up next week at Kansas. After that, Taryn, we are now to the round of 8. We will go to Martinsville, Texas, and to ISM in Phoenix. And that is it. We'll go to the Championship 4 in Homestead, and that's the season. So currently right now, we have the top 8. Denny Hamlin, Montrez Jr., or those who are still in it. Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman. Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott, Clint Boyer, William Byron. I think those are all still drivers still in it. If not, my apologies. I forgot I had. Actually, you know what? Let me go on over there. We have a little bit of time, so let me roll on over there now to the. Let's see. Let's go down to the ladders real quick because they haven't moved. They're still the same. We're still in the same round, so. We have here the ladder. All right, so the round of 12. Right now we have Kyle Busch, Montrez Jr., Denny Hamlin, Logano, Harvick, Elliott, Keselowski, Larson, Bowman, Blaney, Byron, and Boyer. And the last 2 winners, we have Chase Elliott, who would win it all at in the Roval. Well, of course, that was the round of 12, so sorry about that. So moving forward right now, as of right this moment, we have... From last week, Kyle Larson, and then from this week, we have Ryan Blaney. So those 2 are for sure in the round of 18. The round of 8 for next week. We'll see who will join them next week. So, or after the round of, when the round of 12 turns into the round of 8. So, any thoughts, comments on NASCAR this week, Darren?
No, except where's the season gone? It feels like the season just started yesterday.
Daytona 500. It was in February. I know. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It just seems like it just began, and here we are now. So, and these are the longest seasons of the entire sports. Actually, all of them. We have NASCAR running from February all the way till November. We have IndyCar running from February to September. We have MotoGP running from March to November, which we'll get into that momentarily. We have, actually, they didn't have a race this week. World Superbike, they just finished up the Argentina World Superbike, and we'll get to that momentarily, actually. And British Superbike actually has their finale at Brands Hatch coming up this week, so more on those 2 right there with Mr. Matt White tomorrow on Two Wheels Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. GMT, UK time, London time over there, or UK time. So, with that said, though, all these seasons, Formula 1 runs from March to November, so it's just a lot. So, and NHRA runs from February to November as well, so long seasons. But with that said, we have here I'm not going to read out the times or anything else, so we gotta kind of get going, but we have to give I'll just read off the victories that is here for the Carolina Nationals. This was pretty awesome yesterday in Formula 1, in NHRA, as we have in Pro Stock Motorcycle, Andrew Hines, in Pro Stock, Derek Kramer, in Funny Car, Robert Height, and in Top Fuel, Steve Torrance. So congratulations to all those winners, the Wally winners this week, as the countdown to 1 is literally coming down. To the countdown. Well, actually, is coming down to 1 almost here. We're almost done. And what I am for sure going to go to this year, I've already said that I have to go. The Fall Nats, not the Fall Nats, but the finals, the NHRA finals, that's coming up in November, and I really have to go. It's not even that expensive. These are really, it's a great race. So we have coming up next, we have the Fall Nats. That's coming up on October 20th, well, the finals at least. Then we have, and that is in, let's see, where is that? The Fall Nationals. That is at in Texas. Then we have the Dodge NHRA Nationals presented by Pennzoil. That's at the Strip in Vegas. And after that, we have one more of the Auto Club NHRA Finals, and that is in Pomona over here in LA. So really excited for all those 3, and I'm going to really do my best on the 17th to get there. Vegas is on the November 3rd, by the way, the finals, and the finals for NHRA is on the 17th of November, so I'm really going to try and get out to that as well. It'd be really cool. So anyway, with that said, we have here a little bit of the standings. So let's go ahead and get to the top. Let's get to the top 5 for every category, and let's do it. So top 5 is as follows. We have in top fuel. We have in Pro Stock Motorcycle. We have Andrew Hines with 23.87. Karen Stover with 23.30. Eddie Craywick with 22.72. Jerry Savoy with 22.45. And Hector Adana Jr. with 22.42. Next up, we have in Pro Stock, Erica Enders doing her thing, leading the charge with 23.32. Jason Lime with 22.94. Matt Hartford with 22.93. Bo Butner with 22.65. And Derek Kramer with 22.44. Moving on now into Funny Car. The current top 5. Robert Hyatt, Team Force, leading the charge, 23.58. Jack Beckman, 23.14. John Forrest with 22.79. Ron Cass with 22.68. And Bob Tasca III with 22.15. And then moving on here to top fuel, we have Steve Torrance leading the charge with 23.56. Doug Coletta with 22.26. Let's see here. 23. They're really close. Look at that. Look at that. Steve Torrance with 23.56 and Doug Coletta with 23.26. Wow. Then we have Brittany Forbes with 22.64. Leah Pritchett with 22.31. And Mike Salinas with 22.27. And that will be that for some NHRA. Once again, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, y'all. Getting down to the very end. Really excited for the end of all of this, the awesomeness that is the NHRA, and it's just something that I absolutely love. I love the NHRA so much. My dad was a big fan of this. That's why I'm such a Force fan. And really, I love it so much. It's such a really cool thing. And anyway, courtesy of the Twitter of World Superbike, I just wanted to see who the victor was because I really want to, announce it because it was last past weekend. And I know once again you'll hear it with Matt White on Two Wheels Wednesday tomorrow, but I just want to give a shout out to the victory. Looks like, let's see here. Let's see. Well, it would probably help if I went to. Actually, there are 2 races apparently. So, Jonathan Araya won one of them for sure, and this dude's the real deal. He's the World Superbike version of Marc Marquez. I mean, just total beast. So, as last week, it looks like because there were 2 races. In race number 1. We had here, let's take a look here at the circuit info and look it on up here. All right, so Vinales, look at that. Pretty good job there. But once again, I'm not getting any winners or anything, which is really kind of annoying. So anyway, guys, look at the winners for you right after this coming up. But with that said, y'all, we're taking a short break. When we get back, we are going to go ahead and dig into some NCAA sports and finish everything off here with a little bit of NHL talk, some rugby quarterfinals quarterfinals coming up on here, and a little bit of boxing talk as well as some volleyball. Stay tuned right here, y'all. You are listening to The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
To the Soccer Scoreboard Show with your host, Gabriel Montoya. This is the show for soccer, football fans, or whatever you call the beautiful game. Every week, I tackle the latest and greatest news from around the soccer world. From the English Premier League, to the World Cup, to MLS, Liga MX, and more. You can listen to the Soccer Scoreboard Show and our lineup of fantastic guests every Friday at noon here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry B, inviting you to join myself, Colin Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here at IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head prime-time face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it.
Hey guys, it's Blake Henley, better known as H-Town Blake to some of you. Happy to announce that Bases Loaded is back in full force. We'll be bringing that high heat every Tuesday night here on IE Sports Radio. So come home, get ready, dig into that batter's box, and see if you can chase that high heat, baby. So we'll be coming to you live with all the stats, all the rundowns, all the division rivalries, and every team that's going to make the playoff push to get to that one and only October and get to the pinnacle of what baseball is, to hoist that Commissioner's Trophy when it's all said and done.
College football, and do you want to hear a college football show dedicated to all that is college football, including junior college and the CCAA and the NJCAA, the NAIA, and the NCAA, including Division III, Division II, Division I AA in the FCS, and Division I A in the FBS? Well then, look no further. Join myself, Larry B, and my colleagues, Mr. H-Town Blake, Blake Henley, and Mr. Christian Espinoza, each week during the college football season for the latest in college football on 3 and Out College Edition, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, that's coming your way right after the show. And Mr. H-Town Blake, of course, got to get him back on the show soon, as well as Christian Espinoza. But hey, man, my buddy Taryn doing a great job here being the new co-host of that show, so I know I gotta update these drops somehow. Well, not somehow, but they're always fun. But hey, might as well. We need a drop to play. So with that said, little short break there, and we are right back at it. So we will end off the show as follows. We're going to start things off with some NCAA volleyball coming your way. Taryn will give us a preview of tomorrow's show. Then we'll go ahead and jump on into some NCAA soccer and the soccer press. After that, we'll talk about some NCAA hockey and NHL. Then we'll roll into the semifinals of the Rugby World Cup. Maybe talk a little bit about the NBA preseason, and of course end it with some boxing. We got about 30 minutes left here on the show, so let's rock and roll. So, Taryn, man, here we go. NCAA volleyball weeks 8 through 9. The tournament is coming. I mean, not super quick, but then, by the way, for World Superbike, I could not find the winners, not even on Twitter. I know they're there, but I'm just like scrambling right now. I got a lot to do at one time, getting College Edition ready and everything too coming up. So my apologies. Of course, we're on a time limit today, so my apologies. But check out tomorrow, Mr. Matt White and Two Wheels Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and 8 p.m. GMT in the UK. So with that said, Taryn, let us know, man, what's been going down, what happened this weekend. Big shout out to CBU, of course, getting that nice victory over Seattle. That's a sweep right there. Great job to those ladies. Very proud of them. Lance up! Anyway, Taryn, what's going down, man?
So last week's key matchups featured Baylor sweeping Iowa on the road. It also featured Creighton, number 13, Baylor being the top-ranked team, sweeping Iowa State. Then number 13, Creighton beating number 10, Marquette on the road in a 5-set thriller. And then number 7, Wisconsin, defending their home court and sweeping away number 6, Minnesota. So that's a huge win huge win for the Badgers. You know, they're not just a football school, everybody. So some notable matchups this week for tomorrow are Purdue at Nebraska, Louisville at Notre Dame, and that's just basic kind of scratching the surface. Also, a big shout out to Noreen Iazia from Redondo Union, or Redondo Beach, of Hawaii's women's volleyball team for surpassing 1,000 digs last week, as Hawaii split their games last week, losing to Cal Poly on the road, but then they rebounded and beat UCSB quite handily in a straight set sweep. So that's big for Hawaii. You can check out my show tomorrow. I'm going to be on the air tomorrow at 3 p.m. and on Saturday at noon Pacific time. As for the top 25 through 21, Missouri at 25, Western Kentucky 24, Louisville 23, Hawaii 22, Washington State 21, 20 through 16, Purdue 20, Rice 19, Utah 18, Illinois 17, Kentucky 16, 15 through 11, Cal 15, Colorado State 14, Florida 13, Marquette 12, Creighton 11, 10 through 6, Washington 10, BYU 9, Penn State 8, Minnesota 7, Wisconsin 6, and then the top 5, Nebraska 5, Texas 4, Pitt number 3, Stanford number 2, and I already said it, number 1 is Baylor. So once again, Set Point is going to be on air tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be getting in depth into some of the other noteworthy games that's going to be going on tomorrow and on Friday, and that's pretty much the volleyball portion of this show.
That's awesome, man. I mean, you gotta love Wisconsin just tearing through everybody right now. Like, this team they're a very good volleyball team, man. I mean, you can just see it too. You see all the updates and everything that, the updates that I get, NCAA volleyball, and it's like you just continue to see win. But I mean, seriously, man, like that's all this team does.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the big they've even taken down Penn State and Nebraska, and they just now took down Minnesota. So one can ask the question: could they actually make a deep run to the NCAA tournament? I will get into that I will definitely get into that tomorrow, and maybe on Saturday. And also, if I didn't give her a big shout out to Dana Retke, who picked up her 1,000th kill last week. And scary part is she's only a junior, so there's plenty more kills to come for Wisconsin.
That is awesome. She is on fire. This team is on it right now. And yeah, I mean, wonderful job by all of these players, by all these teams. I mean, we see it's such a neat thing, and that tournament does not get the hype that it deserves. I mean, seriously, right, Taryn? That tournament is nail-biting, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's tough to predict a clear-cut winner. You never know when upsets will be there. Like, even the top 4 isn't. Top 4, top 8 aren't even safe.
Man, that's the best part, man. Speaking of upsets, rolling into NCAA soccer, the ladies, man, last week we had a couple big upsets. Louisville, number 16, Louisville will take down Clemson, man. Big victory here for those ladies. So this is all courtesy of the NCAA soccer Twitter. Big victory there, so that was pretty cool. I mean, really, that's pretty sweet. Also, this is pretty cool. I didn't even notice this. Texas Tech women's soccer, they've never won at West Virginia in Morgantown. They've never won it. So they won their first time ever. Wreck 'em, y'all. Hashtag wreck 'em. The Lady Red Raiders actually went and got a victory this week over there. So awesome stuff. Anyway, it was a 1-0 victory, that Louisville defeated Clemson, so an upset special, number 16 over number 9. Awesome job there by those ladies. After that, we have a 0-0 UNC, the Battle of the Blues this week. I'm bummed. Been so freaking busy. I gotta get the banners up this week, guys. But the Battle of the Blues in women's soccer this week, well, they got down. It would end a 0-0 draw. Not the most exciting, but as soon as that time, really exciting. I love that stuff there. Always makes for a great match, even when it does a draw, even when it is a 0-0 draw. Anyway, After that, we have here, let's see, let's just continue to go on it. How about this? Another SEC battle. The Gamecocks, the football team wasn't the only team to get a nice victory. We have here the Lady Gamecocks winning on the road, defeating Kentucky this past week in a pretty good upset. And yeah, I've got some men's stuff we got to get to in a few minutes here. But talk about a great victory. Also, then we have after that, okay, I think it was yesterday, number 11 Duke. Well, they would make up for that victory or for that loss, or not loss, but that draw, I guess, they would then defeat number 9 Clemson. So how about that, Taryn? 2 whammies for freaking Clemson, man. They will, I'm pretty sure they drop in the rankings this week. Number 11 Duke defeats number 9 Clemson there. And then a neat victory here for Virginia. Number 1 will just do the dang thing, man. Nice victory here. They will defeat number 5, Florida State. Florida State, I think, started out like 1 or 2. They're the defending champions from last year, and they just been getting hit. If you remember, Taryn, I think the second week of the season, remember UCLA, USC beat them, and then like 2 days later, UCLA beats them, and it was all on their home turf?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, those the California schools pretty much did away with the Florida schools.
Yeah, especially, well, that was a tough one for yesterday. For earlier this year. But great stuff there. So anyway, I guess a couple of upsets there. By the way, big shout out to number 4 USC, 2-1 victory over Colorado. So congratulations to the ladies of Troy. And Stanford, number 2 Stanford, 5-0-0, y'all, in the Pac-12 on the season. I mean, look at this, man. 19-2 goal difference in conference play. They have freaking outscored the Pac-12 19-2 in 5 games. How you like that, Darren?
That's just crazy, you know.
They're
definitely getting the ball rolling in. They've got some good goalie play.
Yeah, they do, because nothing's getting in, and they're definitely getting it. So let's get to that top 25, though, courtesy of NCAA.com. Let's take a look here at those rankings and see what's going down. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into those. Once again, courtesy of NCAA.com. From 25 to 21, we have here Washington, Florida, Kansas, Rutgers, UCF. From 20 to 16, Santa Clara, Michigan, Texas A&M, Clemson, and UCLA. From 15 to, and Clemson tumbled from 9 to 17, man. From 15 to 11, Oklahoma State, Louisville, Texas Tech, Memphis, and Georgetown. That from 10 to 6, Wisconsin. Would you look at that? Their women's soccer is also balling. They are jumped up from 12 to 10 this week. Then we have Duke, Arkansas, South Carolina, and Florida State. And then the current top 5, BYU jumps up from 6 to 5. They're now in the top 25 at 12-0-1. USC stays at number 4 this week at 11-1-1. North Carolina stays at number 3 at 12-1-1. Stanford stays at number 2 at 12-1-0. And, well, Virginia stays at number 1. At 11-0-3. So, big ups there. And then let's go ahead and move on over to some men's soccer. And it's basically just the same deal. Same old deal here. It's going to go to the same. If you want to go ahead and check it out, it's at NCAA Soccer. So, check it out. Great stuff there, as always, from this Twitter. I love it. So I got all my sources from right now. I'm going to go back for the men's as of right now. So just a few days ago, let's go ahead and see what we can find for the men. I saw a few of them earlier, and don't know. There's not too many, actually. Stanford, they get a nice victory, 1-0 over UCLA. So Stanford, did they win it last year? I think they did. I forgot who won it all last year. But anyway, the Deeks, man, the Demon Deacons, 3-1 over NC State in ACC play. So look at this. It says number 6 Wake Forest scores 3 times in the second half to take down number 20 NC State. So talk about a big second half. That's courtesy of Wake Forest men's soccer. You can catch that at Wake M Soccer. Or you can follow them and catch that right there, that tweet. Let's see here. Also, UCF goes into double overtime. And, well, it's not the other kind of football they're good at too, y'all. As it says, they will defeat Tulsa 3-2 in double overtime. So talk about a big victory there. Also, Marshall will draw with the 49ers here of Charlotte. Marshall, let's see here, it'll be 0-0. after 2 overtimes. These guys would what an amazing game that was. Let's see here. What else do we have for the men this week? So all that stuff there. Stanford looks like they get another freaking victory. They defeat San Diego State. I think this was a day ago. It was a couple days ago. And they're just looking tough. And then we have Washington, back to the Pac-12. How about this? You can follow Washington soccer, or men's soccer, Washington men. You can follow Washington men's soccer at UW_M soccer. And it says here that UW gets all 15 points from its first trip around the Pac-12 thanks to a 2-1 win over Oregon State. Washington improves to 11-1-0 and 5-0-0 in the Pac-12. Huskies back at it on Wednesday, hosting Gonzaga in a non-conference match at 7 p.m. How about that, Taryn? So you just heard right now some craziness going on from, a women's soccer team. Now we're going on to a men's soccer team. And these dudes, okay, actually, who was that? 19-2. We just talked about getting gigantic victories all day long. Now you have Washington on the road, and they will collect all 15 points and just get this thing done. I mean, how about that? How about that soccer team, man, from Washington?
It's great, Washington is dominating in football and in football. Well, maybe not like dominating, but they're just having a big year in football and football. It's just amazing.
They still are, and I mean, this is pretty cool as well. I just had to put this up. Missouri Valley Conference, man, kind of cool. We have here MSU, Missouri State will be the only, and this is pretty sweet. This is pretty cool. You can check out the Missouri Conference. Follow them at MVC Sports, and also check out Missouri State Men's Soccer at MSU Bears M Soccer. And it says here, the last perfect team. How about this, man? And then there was one. After their win today, this was yesterday, the Missouri State men's soccer team is the only Division I NCAA soccer team with a perfect record. How about that?
That's amazing. That's quite amazing.
That's pretty cool. Also, big shout out to Ben Zakowski as he celebrates his first goal in a win over Siena. So out of Monmouth, you can follow them at Monmouth Soccer. And big shout out to Mr. Ben Zakowski. I don't know if he's a freshman or not, but that's awesome, man. So he gets his first ever goal, and he was the photo of the week. And it looks like that will be that, man. So that's it for a little bit of soccer for this week. Let's go ahead and jump into the men's top 25 now. But how about that, man? The youngster gets his first goal.
So happy. That's so great to get that. Getting your first goal in your collegiate career is such a great feeling. You have no idea. Y'all, for some of you that don't play like college sports, kind of like me, it's just a great feeling. It's just a great feeling. It's kind of like a big weight getting lifted from you, and it's just a moment that you're just going to cherish forever, and a moment that you're going to be talking to your kids about.
Absolutely. So moving forward here, by the way, I got to give a shout out to both CBU women and men's soccer. Don't know their standings as of right now. I got to get back on that. But I'm actually going to go. The women play on Friday, and if I don't work, which I'm hoping I do, but if I land a job for Friday, cool, and if not, well, then I'll try and make the second half of this. But women's soccer at CBU at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, University of Texas, Rio Grande, or I think it's Texas, yeah, UT Rio Grande Valley at CBU coming up this week. And then we have on Saturday, which I really think I'm going to be at CBU for a fun, packed Saturday. We have women's volleyball taking on our rivals, GCU, there in the house. So we have that game at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. GCU taking on Cal Baptist. That should be a really good game. A couple weeks ago, I watched men's soccer go head-to-head with GCU, and it was a 1-1 or 0-0 draw. Great stuff. It was like, 2 weeks ago. And that will be going down in the Van Dyne Gym. Really excited for those ladies, trying to see a great match there. And then right after that, we have immediately following it, like right after. I mean, I don't know, what is it, Taryn? But volleyball is about, 2 hours around there? Like something like that. For a match, for all 5 sets, if they go all 5 sets. But right after that, or right around it. On the soccer field, right next door to the Van Dyne Gym, CBU men's soccer will be taking on San Jose State. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So a couple action-packed hours for me at CBU on Saturday. What do you think about that, Darren?
Sounds like a good time. You know, I'm also going to be at my school, Long Beach State, for a women's volleyball match on Friday and Saturday.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, that's awesome, and do your thing. Also, Taryn, I don't know about you, man. I'll be posting up a couple of videos, man. We should say you throw us a couple of videos in there from Long Beach and post them up on the IE Sports Radio YouTube, man. What you think?
All right, yeah, sounds good.
That'll be fun stuff, man. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing. That'll be pretty fun for us. And then I'm excited, man. It'll be pretty fun for the for the videos and everything. Really excited for that. And then also the same exact time, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Can't be there. And even if I was, I'd be running back and forth from the pool to from the CBU Aquatic Center to the soccer field. But also the same exact time, CBU men's soccer, San Jose State at CBU. We also have CBU men's water polo on the road versus UCLA.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. UCLA is loaded with talent. You know, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer for Cal Baptist, but that's gonna be a huge uphill climb. But I think UCLA is like top 5, top 3. And they're loaded with talent this year. So Cal Baptist is definitely going to need to bring their A game, and they're going to need to score a lot of goals like they did in that one game where they scored 26?
Yeah, you saw that. That was pretty funny. Taryn literally writes to me on Twitter. It was a nice football score. It was 26-13 or something like that, right?
Right.
What a trip, man. But, okay, let's get to the rankings real fast. We only got 15 minutes left, so we're going to speed through everything, guys. But we have 25-21. This is courtesy of the NCAA, or NCAA.com. We have, for men's soccer, that is, Maryland, Yale, NC State, Navy, and Marshall from 20-16. We have Kentucky, North Carolina, James Madison, UC Santa Barbara, and San Diego from 15-11. New Hampshire, Missouri State, Georgetown, FIU, Florida International, and UCF from 10-6. We have Charlotte, St. Mary's, California, Clemson, St. John's in Indiana, and the current top 5 we have. Number 5, Stanford. They jumped up from 2 spots, from 7-5 at 9-1-2. Wake Forest, they jump up from 6-4 at 10-2-0. SMU, man, the football team is really turning its heads this year, and SMU soccer all up to number 3 this season. I love it. They're currently number 3, and they were number 3 last week, and they are 10-0-1. Washington currently staying at number 2 from last week at 11-1-0, and Virginia currently staying at number 1 this week, as they were from last week at 10-0-1. So that's a little bit of NCAA soccer going your way or coming your way. All right. So with that said, Taryn, let's go ahead and rip through the rest of this, man, and get speed on. So, the Soccer Press portion of the show. We already kind of started with some soccer, but quick and dirty, man. NWSL, the playoffs are all set. The Rain will be taking on the Courage, and the Thorns taking on the Red Stars this Saturday. Who you got?
I got the North Carolina winning, and I think I'm taking the Thorns as well.
Okay.
Thorns and Courage.
Well, it looks like Taryn does not believe in the team that he ripped a new one a couple weeks ago.
Too much rest for them. I think they'll be rusty. So as much as I want to see them win, I don't think they have what it takes. I think they won't be consistent enough.
I'm going to pick them. I'm going to go with the NC Courage taking on the Red Stars in the final, and we shall see. Next up, we have here coming up the MLS Cup playoffs coming up this Saturday. Atlanta taking on New England. Dallas taking on Seattle. Toronto takes on DC United. And Salt Lake takes on Portland. For those 4 games, who you got, Taryn?
So, I'm You know, I'm for sure taking the Galaxy. Galaxy are winning this one. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone says the Galaxy's defense looks bad, but I beg to differ. They got their bad game out of the way. It's all Galaxy, baby. All Galaxy.
Well, that game is on Sunday, but definitely me too taking the Galaxy. But anyway, so Atlanta taking on New England, Seattle taking on Dallas, Toronto taking on DC United, and Salt Lake taking on Portland. Who you got?
I'm definitely taking Atlanta. I'm pretty much going to go with the favorites for this one. I'm taking Atlanta, and then for Salt Lake, repeat who they play again? Sorry.
Salt Lake has Portland at home.
Yeah, I'll take Salt Lake, and who else?
We have Toronto taking on DC United at home.
That's a pick'ems right there. I'm going to take DC. I think Washington's going to continue the Washington winning trend.
Yeah, I think so too. And then Seattle hosting Dallas.
Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going to take all the home teams as well. I think I have Atlanta over New England, Seattle over Dallas, Toronto over DC United, and Salt Lake over Portland. Then on Sunday, of course, Minnesota will host the LA Galaxy. You already know who I'm picking there. Let's go Galaxy! They play, and then Philadelphia will host the New York Red Bulls. Who you got?
I'm taking Philly for this one. I'm taking the Philly special.
Philly special. Well, I think that all those home teams are going to win it this week, except for the Galaxy. So we shall see. Let's hope the Galaxy can do this thing on the road. Moving on to soccer around the world. Once again, I would love to sit around and chat and give a lot more from around the world, but I'm just going to go standings again this week. We only got like 10 minutes, so got to roll on through it. Of course, we have a Champions League coming up. More play coming your way. And that will be I think we're still in the group stage, so we're definitely going to be in there for a while. We got next week the next round of the group stage, so really excited for that one coming up. So stay tuned. We're going to try and post those banners up and everything on IE Sports Radio, on all of our social media. So let's start things, of course, in the Spanish Primera División, of course, La Liga. We have the current top 5 right now. We have Real Madrid with 18, Barcelona with 16, Atletico Madrid with 15. Let's see here, with 14, we have Granada and Real Sociedad with 13. So that's what's going down right now in La Liga. Nothing super crazy going on in any matches this weekend. So let's roll it on now into let's go to Liga MX. I'm just going to go down the line right here. So next up here, nothing crazy either this week. We don't have any, the big game, Necaxa and Club America. My team taking on America this weekend, so really excited for that. Necaxa leading the charge right now in the top 5. So excited with 16 points. With 24 points. We have Santos with 23, Querétaro with 21, America with 21, and León with 20. Then we can go ahead and move it on down to the German Bundesliga, where we see if we got some big games coming up this week. Really, really, really hoping we got something. Okay, now Borussia Dortmund and Borussia Gladbach. This is actually, I don't know if it's a rivalry or whatnot, but they have Borussia. I don't know. I don't know if it's a rivalry or not, but in front of their name. But that's coming up this weekend. Really excited for that game. Should be a really good matchup there. But in the top 5, we have Borussia Mönchengladbach. Look at this one, leading it with 16 points. Wolfsburg with 15, Bayern Munich with 14, Leipzig with 14. Look at that, Red Bull Leipzig, and SC Freiburg, I believe, with 14 as well. Don't want to butcher the names there. In the Ligue 1, the current top 5. Let's see here. We have PSG, surprise, with 21. Nantes with 19. Angers with 16. Bordeaux with 15. And Lille with 15. For this week, Nice takes on PSG actually tomorrow. Should be I just hope it's a good game. And that's pretty much it. I don't see anything too crazy this weekend, unless I'm missing something. My bad. Not that big into Frank's soccer. I'm just trying to do my best to get around the leagues. For coming up. Well, for just trying to get my best into the leagues as I can, forever. So anyway, in Italian Serie A, Juventus with 19, Inter Milan, my team, with 18, Atalanta with 16, Napoli with 13, and AS Roma with 12. Coming up this week, do we have anything really cool? Nope, I don't see any really cool games. So that's going to be that. All right, so continuing on here, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more leagues around the world. Actually, of course, the big one, as we love to say. Let's go ahead and, We've got a lot of time, so we'll finish with this one. But, of course, the Premier League. How can we not mention the Premier League, y'all? So let's see here. Where is it? It'd be nice to find it. But, yes, the English Premier League, certainly, one of the world's best, as we love to say. And really, really excited for... The derbies are like my favorites, man. Like, seriously, seeing Manchester United and Manchester City going head-to-head, that's always a fun game. So, really exciting, coming up here. By the way, before I finally found it, just gotta say, big ups to, because you know what? It's been all over the place, and I have to give this woman props. Everyone has to give this woman props because she's absolutely amazing. I mean, seriously, y'all, there's no other way to put this. She is just a legend, and I love it because even on the Twitter, it's hashtag thank you, Jill. Ladies and gentlemen, Jill Ellis retiring after a beautiful career of soccer. I can't believe she's retiring, guys. But... she has a few World Cups under her belt, and she is just absolutely amazing. I forgot where her final was, of course, in like wins and losses and everything. But she's definitely, she's helped win these last 2 World Cups. She's absolutely amazing. So once again, y'all, I'll give a huge round of applause for Miss Jill Ellis. Thank you. All right, in the current top 5 now for the English Premier League, we have Liverpool with 24, Manchester United with 16, Arsenal with 15, let's see, Leicester City with 14, and Chelsea with 14. And then I just saw a really cool game. Sunday, Manchester United will host Liverpool, so it should be quite the match there. So anyway, that'll do it for the Soccer Press portion of the show. We will speed on now into a little bit of hockey. So, first things first, anything you'd like to say for the NHL this week, Taryn, before we go ahead and dive on into some college and then finish up with some NHL?
Ducks are beating the Sabres tomorrow. The Ducks are going to hand the Buffalo Sabres their first loss tomorrow, baby. I don't care if Buffalo's on a roll. The Ducks are coming for that. Coming for that Buffalo booty. Let's go, baby! I don't care. Well, let's go.
Tough
Prove
loss.
me wrong, but I'm taking the Ducks for that one.
Yeah, you and me both, man. Tough loss yesterday, though. I'm super mad about that. I lost the freaking Bruins, but it's all good. It is what it is. But definitely pulling for those Ducks tomorrow, man. Super excited for what's to come with these guys. The Ducks are looking pretty all right. I mean, what was it last year? Or a couple years ago, they win. Gosh damn it, they won like 6 years in a row. They won the division and never did anything with it. So anyway, off to some NCAA. I'm just going to read off the top 10s. Once again, we got very long left here on the show today. So, Robert Morris. So, from 10 to 6, Robert Morris, Ohio State, Minnesota, Duluth, Boston College, and Princeton. In your current top 5, we got Cornell, Clarkson, Northeastern, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So, some of these teams have played a lot. Some haven't played at all. So, Wisconsin right now leading with 6-0, and Minnesota right there with 6-0 as well. So, Wisconsin just doing the dang thing in sports, man. I mean, seriously, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Because you would think it would be Penn State being the juggernaut or something like that.
Well, they were number 1 a couple weeks ago. Last year or the year before that. Penn State was number 1 for a while. But anyway, so we have 20 to 16 for the men's. Hockey, once again, we're only in the second week here, second or third week. So Boston University, Harvard, UMass, Lowell, Wisconsin, wouldn't you know it, and North Dakota from 15 to 11, Northeastern, Western Michigan, Providence, Ohio State, and St. Cloud from 10 to 6, Clarkson, Penn State, Quinnipiac, Notre Dame, and Boston College, and the current top 5, Cornell, UMass, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Duluth, Minnesota State, and Denver. So those are the current top 20 of some hockey. We'll have some more of that for you next week. I know I always say that and it's tough, but we're making a really good time today, and like I said, we're almost out of here, so let's go ahead and jump on over to some NHL. And yeah, this past weekend, man, we see some craziness going down. I mean, yesterday, of course, the Bruins beat the Ducks 4-2. at home. Big ups to them, but man, it has been absolutely crazy. The Golden Knights just romping the Kings, man. I just made up a word. Just kidding. I don't think that's a word, romping. But anyway, Golden Knights just get down, man. 5-2 over the Kings yesterday. The Sharks extinguished the Flames 3-1. So cliche, right? But that was a good victory there for them. And then on Saturday, the Maple Leafs just doing the damn thing, man. 5-2 over the Red Wings. Big victory there. The Jets win a very crucial game in overtime, 3-2 over the Blackhawks. That was pretty sweet. And then Golden Knights win this one over the Flames as well, 6-2. So pretty good stuff there. But yeah, coming your way, guys. Tonight we have a couple of games. Wild taking on the Maple Leafs, Lightning and the Canadiens, Coyotes and the Jets, Flyers and Flames, Red Wings and the Canucks, Predators and the Golden Knights, and Hurricanes and the Kings going head-to-head tonight. And great stuff. Not going to read the standings because it's all super early. And we'll get to the NFL standings, of course, next week. I know I didn't read this either today. But anyway, so that's what's pretty much going down right now. Of course, catch Mr. Cale Henderson and Mr. Nico Green tonight on the Neutral Zone, talking weeks 2 and 3 of the NHL season. Once again, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Catch them. It can be some great stuff. And then we have here a little bit of course, NBA starting next week. We'll just jump into that for next week. Of course, Fast Break will start next week on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with Phil Jones and Mr. Phil Robinson III. And then, of course, we have the rugby quarterfinals. Taryn, have you paid attention to the rugby quarterfinal or the Rugby World Cup this year, man?
A little, but not too much, honestly.
Yeah, same deal. I've got to get more into it now.
Too busy. Busy.
Oh yeah, you and me both, man. But I'll tell you what, it's been pretty sweet for Mr. Yukio once again in Japan. He's been tagging us in a bunch of stuff from over there, and super excited for Japan, man. So thank you, Mr. Yukio, for keeping us current with a lot of this stuff. So I'm currently on the website rugbyworldcup.com, and the quarterfinals are as follows. We got England taking on Australia. We have New Zealand taking on Ireland. Wales taking on France, Japan taking on Russia. And that is that, man. So the quarterfinals, interesting for that one. It's all coming up this weekend, so let's enjoy those coming up. And of course, in the final news of the day, Bivol will defeat Castile in a unanimous decision this past weekend, and he retains his WBA light heavyweight championship. And I read an article earlier while I was reading a little bit of it, and there's the article, you can go check it out, y'all, if you want to. I went ahead and saved it. It is by Boxing News. It was 20 hours ago, and it's on Boxing News 24. But yeah, it says here, apparently, according to this article, Bivol, the headliner says, Bivol beats Castile, wants Canelo dash Kovalev or Beterbiev dash, I think that's Gvzdyk. He's actually the light heavyweight champion, I think, right now, or the cruiserweight. I forgot which one, but he's like right there. So my apologies for butchering your name, sir. But yeah, I mean, he's very active and definitely wants to even move around a couple of classes. And Canelo, as I mentioned, I'm not too excited for him to fight Kovalev because that's a 15-pound jump, kind of crazy there. But anyway, so any thoughts on this here, Taryn?
No, not really. I'm going to try to catch some rugby action this weekend. I really want to. Well, it's a unique sport.
It is a very unique sport, but yeah, moving to boxing. Any thoughts on the boxing?
No. Yeah, I'm also gonna try to catch some boxing as well. Sorry for that. My mind's on a lot of sports this week. The Purge is here, but yeah, definitely gonna try to catch some boxing. Should be some great matchups ahead for us.
It's all good. Taryn's getting ready to focus on College Edition. I know I'm getting ready to turn that way as well, guys. So, anyway, as I mentioned, I don't know if he's a young champ, but you have a champion right here, Bivol, just being active and wanting to fight whoever comes his way. Canelo's doing the same thing. So, you know what? Hats off to them, and however the cards fall, however the chips fall, that is, they fall. So, anyway, y'all, with that said, that is going to do it for today's show. You can join Taryn and I in about 25 minutes here for 3 and Out College Edition coming your way. Taryn, where can these diehard fans find you on Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter at Teran Rodriguez1. My first name is spelled Teran, and then my last name Rodriguez has a G in it, and the number 1 follows my last name. So once again, that's at Teran Rodriguez1, and you can definitely find me on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter.
Alright, and you can follow me, your boy Larry B, at the THEE_LB53 on Twitter. You can also follow the entire iSports Radio family at iSports Radio on Twitter, Instagram. Check out our website at iSportsRadio.com. Check us out on Facebook at iSports Radio. Give us a like if you'd like. We'd certainly like that. And show us some love. So with that said, cue the music, y'all, because we're out of here. Alright, y'all, it has been a fun show. Teran, we made it.
We did.
We, of course, got through that time. So with that said, well, there we are. We found a way to do the show a little shorter. I think we did pretty good.
We did really good.
I think so, too, man. So with that said, man, my teammate here, my partner, my buddy, man, great guy, my brother, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. For Teran! And for me, your boy Larry B, and for the entire IE Sports Radio family. We love y'all. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next week, y'all. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.